Welcome to Studio D on the campus of the University of Oklahoma. This is Sooner Sports Pad. And now, here's your host, Madeline Roberts.
Hello, Sooner Nation, and welcome to Sooner Sports Pad. I am your host, Madeline Roberts. I'm here with my co-analysts, Linville and Collin who's wearing a bit of an interesting outfit today.
Yeah, you know, I had to bring out the red velvet coat because it's a very special occasion. Happy OU Texas Week, everybody.
That is right, it is OU.
Uh-oh.
Nice. We are also joined by a very loud live studio audience. Guys, who's joining us today?
Yeah, well, I said I dressed for the occasion, but it's a very special occasion in its own right. We have friends and family in the stands. They're loud, they're rowdy, and they should be. Because we have two very special guests. Lauren, who do we have in there?
Yes, we have Paige Anderson and Morikawa from the OU volleyball family.
Yeah.
And later on in Face Off, Collin and I will debate what's our favorite moment in OU Texas history.
And to boot, we'll take a look at the story of an OU softball star.
Well, the Sooners had their conference home opener on Saturday over Baylor, and they demolished the Bears 66-33. Now, OU got off to a bit of a bad start. They had to punt on the first drive, but Baylor's Chris Platt muffed the punt with Curtis Bolton recovering, giving the Sooners excellent field position. They scored 2 plays later on a Lee Morris touchdown reception. He had 2 in the game from Kyler Murray. Murray threw for 6 touchdowns in the game, including a 24-yard TD pass to Marquise Hollywood Brown. Kennedy Brooks got in on the action as well with 2 touchdowns of his own. Overall, it was a monster performance from the Sooner offense. They put up 66 points. Like I said, Lauren, there's a lot you could say about the offense. What did you make of the offense on Saturday?
Well, Madeline, you said it best. This was a ridiculous performance from Oklahoma's offense. Finally, we got to see a lot of guys touching the ball. And here's some math for you. 66-33. They doubled the Bears' score. A number of guys, like I said, Kennedy Brooks finally got in on some of the action with a big-time 107 yards and 8 carries and 2 touchdowns. Hollywood and CD both showed out, combining for 3 touchdowns and over 230 yards. Oh, and we can't forget Lee Morris, who caught 2 in the end zone. And shout out to Austin Seibert. He was 9 for 9 on extra points. But the big story here, that's Kyler Murray. Check this out. He was 17 for 21, 432 yards, and he claimed 7 of Oklahoma's 9 touchdowns. Oh, and he tied the school record for most touchdowns accounted for. And Collin, let me tell you, the Sooners didn't have a single quarter without scoring at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, if Kyler Murray's going to sleep in and show out like that, I think Lincoln should just give him Fridays off, right? I mean, he went bananas. Broke OU's all-time record for passing efficiency and the Big 12 record for passing efficiency. I think that's pretty good. But let's move from one offense to another. The Baylor Bear offense was pretty good. Main reason why they were 3-1 coming into the game. But this Sooner defense, they bared down when they needed to. Pun intended, ladies and gentlemen. They held them again to only 33 points. A high-octane offense for the Bears that featured several studs. And on top of that, I mean, Kenneth Murray, dude, this guy's going bananas. He had 45 tackles in 2 games. 45 tackles in 2 games, that's pretty good. And on top of that, his buddy Curtis Bolton had another 16 after getting 23 the previous week. And that's not even the storyline. This Sooner defense had 6 quarterback sacks in the game. And a lot of that had to do with the young freshman, Ronnie Perkins, that I firmly believe you need to check his birth certificate. There's no way he's an 18 or 19-year-old kid. He looks like he's 40, and he plays like it. I am 12.
Sure. Madeline, will you check this out for us?
I will.
Okay.
Fax it over.
Speaking of the Sooner defense, the Baylor defense got picked apart by Kyler Murray. And hey, one of those guys he threw to a lot was Marquise Brown. And earlier today, I caught up with Brown to talk about his performance on Saturday.
Like Marquise. Just go out there and trust the play calling. We just got to do our jobs and execute. We having a lot of fun out there. So when you're having fun, you're able to, do a lot of things.
What's it like knowing even if you're not open, there's still CD, Grant, Miles Cease for Kyler to throw to?
It's fun, Like, you let CD, all them tell it, we're always open, It's just who he throws the ball to. So, we have fun. We compete with each other. And it's been fun so far.
When you see CD making those crazy one-hand catches, does that make you want to make some of those yourself?
Nah, as long as he catch it, it don't matter how we catch it. If I got to catch it with one hand, I'll do it, but it's not a thing where I want to catch one. It's just catch the ball by any means necessary.
Looking ahead to Texas, obviously they're 4-1. Their defense has played pretty good this season. How are you guys looking to combat them?
They're a good team. You know, you can go out here and practice hard and trust the game plan Coach Riley has for us.
Thank you.
Now let's look at some other OU sports in action. Lauren, how's the women's golf team doing?
Yeah, well, first of all, let's just go ahead and give a shout out to all of our women's sports. I mean, the ladies in the audience tonight have a winning record so far this season, a solid start. But as for women's golf, they hosted the Schooner Fall Classic this weekend. And let me tell you, I think that being at home must have been the ticket for them because they broke a school record on Saturday, shooting a 17 under 267 at the Belmar Golf Club. They broke it by, guess what? 9 strokes. Oklahoma came out of the weekend claiming third place out of 15 teams. Freshman Libby Winans and sophomore Cindy Youngblood both shot 7 under and combined for 15 birdies. And in 2 weeks, the Sooners compete in the Magnolia Invitational.
Pretty good. If being at home is the ticket for Sooner Golf, I might want to buy a ticket.
Sure.
So, hey, everyone go support Sooner Golf. But, hey, let's go from one gaudy orange to another. It is OU Texas week.
Yikes.
But, hey, Sooner Soccer had to play that OS Who team, you know, up north.
Who is that?
Guess what? They won Bedlam in comeback fashion, ladies and gentlemen. Trailing late in the game, this Sooner team stormed back in a big way. Emily Parker sent the equalizer in the 70th minute, and then Christina O'Donnell sent the game-winning goal in the 87th. Big time hurt for her. It's her first goal of the season, her first career game winner, and it's the first time OU Soccer has beaten the Cowboys since 2016. A oh-so-sweet victory for OU Soccer.
What could be better than beating OSU?
I think the only thing better than beating OSU is probably beating Texas, right?
Oh, I think you're right. The other orange team, duh.
Both feel pretty good. Well, it is time for a break, but when we come back, we'll have face-off.
Backfield. Shipley's off to his left.
Lauren and Collin will give their favorite OU Texas moment. And later, we'll be talking to volleyball stars Paige Anderson and Kira Morikawa. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Center Sports Pad. It is now time for face-off. And as you can tell from Collin's bright red jacket, it is Sooner Showdown week. Guys, I would like to know, what is your favorite OU Texas memory of all time?
Well, Madeline, this one's hard for me. I think, in my opinion, OU Texas is the greatest rivalry in all of OU Texas, or in all of college football, excuse me. I'm going with my first ever year going to a game, and my favorite year, 2011. OU scored 3 defensive touchdowns this year, but this one is my favorite. Check it out. David Ash fakes the handoff to Malcolm Brown, looks to pass, but too bad, so sad. Damon Hurst attacks the ball for an interception, and he takes it all the way home for a 55-yard touchdown. This was the first time in Sooner history that its defense scored 3 times in one game. Oh, that poor Texas fan. And the Sooners went on to smoke the Longhorns 55-17 this year. I think we might see something like that this weekend, Collin.
Could see similar results. I'm looking forward to Saturday, and I'd love to see 3 more defensive touchdowns. All right. I'm going to go to a moment that a lot of you will remember because it's a good buddy of mine, and it was awesome because this great player laid the smack down. Check it out. First, let's start with Case McCoy here. He's not feeling so well. Why? Well, my buddy Eric Stryker right here, he's wobbling and he's chilling. He had a little something to say to Case McCoy. Give him the business! TKO, ladies and gentlemen. Look, his foot goes to the sky. Unbelievable smack by Eric Stryker. That was an awesome moment. I love the GIF that's made out of that. It's all over the internet. One of my favorite moments, and I can still hear the shoulder pad smack as soon as Stryker gets to him.
Hopefully we'll have plenty more great moments on Saturday. Guys, I'm here with my grandpa. He has an audience question for you guys.
Hi. Who's your pick for the World Series this year?
Ooh. See, this is a tough one, but I just want to go ahead and give a shout out to Collin. Thanks for wearing red in honor of my pick today.
At all, but
I'm going with the Boston Red Sox.
Crunch tape.
Here's the deal. I'm not sold on anybody in the NL right now. I'm just not. And so, being not confident in that, I'm going to go with the Red Sox. The Astros are going to pull out a win against the Indians, but I'm not on this train of a repeat for them at all. The NL is a mess, obviously, like I just said, and the Red Sox are the most consistent, most together team at this point, in my opinion. Obviously, they have 2 of the best batters in all of the league. So I'm going Red Sox. What do you have, Collin? Come back at me with it.
I see where you're coming from, but the Red Sox, they don't have the pitching staff right now. And David Price in the playoffs,
I don't believe it.
an absolute joke. So I'm going to say something that I'm not typically comfortable saying because I'm a Texas Rangers fan through and through. But we have a lot of Houston people here at OU, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the Astros. I think they have a great chance to go back-to-back. Look, this rotation, when they're on, they're unbelievable. Verlander, Keuchel, they've got the stuff. And McCullers, when he's coming out of the pen in the playoffs, unbelievable. He threw his curveball 20-plus times in the World Series, and no one could hit it. On top of that, they've got a lineup full of studs. Altuve, Correa, the list goes on and on. It's hard for me to look at the Houston Astros and say they won't be back at the World Series and winning another one very, very soon. It's tough. I had to say it, though.
I think Collin's a new Astros fan. Anyways.
I gotta say, not a big fan of either of those teams, so I hope you're both wrong on that. All right, guys, show me your viral videos for the week.
Okay. Well, in honor of OU Texas, this little girl cannot stand the Longhorns, and I can't say that I blame her at all. Check this out.
I don't like it. It makes me cry.
Baby, it's just a dress.
I just don't like the Longhorns so much. It's so
Can you follow him off? Do you know how to do that? Collin, I was thinking you look real nice in that burnt orange Longhorn dress.
I think I look
I'd love
better
to
in
see
a
you
red
wear
velvet
it.
suit. But I could expose Lauren's viral video, but I won't. She's got a lot of supporters in the house, and I'm already at a
Whatever that
disadvantage. So I'm going to go ahead and get everyone fired up for this football game on Saturday with a guy named Baker Mayfield. He doesn't like Texas very much.
I didn't know that.
Here's why.
I was born and raised in Austin. They didn't recruit me. I grew up 15 miles from their campus. I can't stand them. And anything they do, I don't care. You know, talk to the NFL guys, they say I have to calm it down a little bit, but when it comes to Texas, absolutely not. I can't stand them. No, just end of story.
End of story indeed. Baker Mayfield, I can't stand them either. Burnt orange is terrible. I'm out.
I think we are all either the little girl, Baker Mayfield, or maybe both this week, guys.
For sure, I think I might be both.
It is now time to vote for the winner of Face Off. Cheer the ladders for who you think won. Who thinks the winner is Lauren?
That's pretty good.
How about Collin?
Yikes.
I'm sorry, Lauren, and giving the edge to Collin. Congrats, Collin.
Let's go.
Well, it's time for a break. When we come back, we'll hear about one of the best athletes on OU's campus. Don't go anywhere.
That's so rigged.
You medicine.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. Jocelyn Allo broke records last year for OU softball as a freshman. Sports Pad's Sam Brown has more on the young star and her even bigger aspirations going forward.
3,737 miles. That's the distance between Jocelyn Allo's hometown of Hauula, Hawaii, and Norman, Oklahoma. The two-time Gatorade High School Player of the Year had offers from top softball programs across the country, but found her home here in Norman.
Just the feeling that I had and just what Coach told me and the things that she said, like I'd be, and I was like, I'm sold.
The months leading up to Allo's freshman season were full of adjustments. High school and college softball are two different monsters, and Allo knew that she had to make some changes to succeed.
When I first got here, I just told JT, like, you can have my swing and all of that, and I surrender my swing to you kind of thing, and worked out pretty good.
At first, Allo struggled to adjust to life in the Crimson and Cream, but after just one season of playing here at Marita Hines Field, it's safe to say she made the right call. As a freshman, Allo led the country with 30 home runs. The mark also tied her with Lauren Chamberlain for the OU single-season home run record. Ask Jocelyn, and she'll tell you she wasn't expecting such a breakout season.
No, not at all. I wasn't expecting to have the freshman season that I had, but I mean, I did.
But ask the people around her, and they might give you a different answer.
You know what? I did. And because like I said, she's competitive, and I knew that even if she had the worst swing in the world, that she was going to get the job done, just because that's how she is.
Now entering her second season, Aloe has become a better player and a more vocal leader as OU looks to get back to the Women's College World Series. As for individual goals, Aloe has a very specific one in mind.
I would like to have 31 home runs, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
The bright lights and national spotlight would get to most college kids, but Jocelyn always stays grounded to her roots, even if that means something as simple as missing food from home.
Rice, we have raw fish, lao lao, kilo pig, poi.
Things aren't going to get any easier for Aloe moving forward. Teams across the country know how dangerous she is, and they're going to do everything they can to slow her down. But that's the thing about Jocelyn. She doesn't let the pressure get to her. She's just hanging loose. Sam Brown, Sooner Sports Pad.
Now let's hear from our guests, Paige Anderson and Kira Morikawa.
Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
You're here.
Ladies, we appreciate your time, so let's go ahead and get right into it. You guys have a new head coach. How are things going so far, and what has that transition been like for you?
It's been awesome. They bring a great new energy to the gym, and they're really determined and make us work really hard, and they can all jump in and play, and it's just a great atmosphere to be in.
It's been really great. I mean, it's their first year here, her first year here, and they came in the spring, and they had a clear direction of what they want to do for the program, and I think we're going to have a great season and more good years to come. So.
Tell me a little bit about the team dynamic off the court and how that helps you guys on the court.
I think that we have a really good team dynamic. I mean, we always have fun during practice, and even outside of practice during travel, or, we watch movies together, we watch everything. Like, we don't just hang out during practice. We like to do things outside, too. And so I think that having that chemistry is what we need in a team. So.
We're pretty fun to be around.
What's your favorite thing to do together outside of it?
Eat food?
Yeah.
There you go.
I like that answer. This is a great answer. All right, we saw earlier in the show Jocelyn Aloe's from Hawaii, and she seems to have found a home. I think you know where I'm going with this one. You're from Hawaii too, Kira. So how did you end up here at OU, and do you think you found a home yourself?
I do think I found a home. I mean, I visited here, and I love the campus, community, and everything, and it just felt right. I mean, I do miss the food like Jocelyn. But yeah, Norman is awesome.
As a freshman last year, you started every single set. How do you feel like that's prepared you for this season so far?
I mean, I think coming in as a freshman and playing, it was scary at first, but being able to be out there and be with my team has really carried me onto this season. Just, being a leader for the freshmen that have come in this year, and, we have a big sophomore class, so just having everyone there to support me and we all support each other has been it's been fun. So, yeah.
Very good. All right. You ladies have Iowa State on Wednesday. You'll be on the road in Ames. How much are you looking forward to that matchup, and what is the key to success?
I think that, we just have to go in and, not think about their record or what, things like that. But I think we need to go in and watch film and see what they do and critique what we're going to do. And I think our main thing is having energy and having fun, because that's when we play best. So.
Did you say it best? Okay, I think Madeline has an audience question for us.
That's right. My grandpa has a question for you guys.
Oh,
yeah, hi. What's the worst injury you've ever experienced?
Personally?
I play back row, so I'm not jumping as much, but maybe a fractured wrist.
I haven't had anything too where I'm out to play, but I have had problems this past season and this season that have been terrible. And I jumped more than her, so yeah.
All right, well, it is time for a break, but don't go anywhere because Dynamic Duos is up next. Welcome back to Center Sports Pad. It is now time to play Dynamic Duos. Before the show, I asked Paige some questions about herself, and now her teammate Kira will attempt to answer them correctly. And they just told me they were also roommates freshman year, so they should know each other pretty well. So, are you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
All right. Question number 1. Who is Paige's favorite opponent to beat? Is it A, Baylor, B, Georgia, C, Texas, or D, Kansas?
Well, all of them, but I'm going to say Kansas.
D, Kansas? Let's see. All right, there we go. keep it going. Question number 2. What is Paige's favorite cheat meal? Is it A, sushi, B, pizza, C, steak and potatoes, or D, tacos?
I like tacos.
Sushi? There we go.
To get sushi together.
Question number 3. If Paige could collect something, what would it be? A, baseball cards, C, B, books, C, shoes, or D, dolls?
Trophies.
Shoes.
Shoes?
I've never seen you have a doll.
All right,
Yeah, I've never seen you read.
Question number 4. What is her favorite social media? A, Instagram, B, Twitter, C, Snapchat, or D, Facebook?
My
Twitter.
Twitter?
Instagram.
Oh my God. All right, question number 5. What is her dream vacation spot? Is it A, Italy, B, London, C, Bora Bora, or D, Iceland?
You're gonna go with Iceland.
Iceland?
But dude, you're kind of weird.
London. All right, that's pretty good. 4 out of 5 is pretty good. Congrats.
I'll take it.
Thank you for watching Sooner Sports Pad. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And hey, we'll be back here next Monday, same time, same place, so you should join us. Good night, everybody.